Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Inter Milan have done it. They have defeated Bayern Munich at their home in the Champions League. I think this is the first time they have lost in 3 years at home in the Champions League. So this is a big deal, and it is a big moment for Inter Milan. They win the game 2-1. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. When I made the predictions, I said that this is because of how injury affected Bayern Munich are. I said that Inter have a really great chance of winning this game. I think I went for a 1-0. I said it's going to be a very tight game, but I think Inter are going to nick it in the end, and it ended up being a very tight game, and Inter ended up nicking the game by 1 goal. But if you really look at it, I think Bayern Munich, despite having all those injuries, despite having so many players out, I think they were simply spectacular. I think they the way that they played the game in the first half, I have been probably one of the biggest critic of Vincent Kompany since he has took over at Bayern Munich, and I still am one of his biggest critics. But I think the way that he set up his team today, the way they took the game to Inter Milan, because they knew that Inter are going to sit back, they are going to defend for their life, and that's what they did. They sat back. They wanted to hit Bayern Munich on the counter. They let Bayern Munich have all the possession, and Bayern Munich, to their credit, they just did not have their possession. They created a lot of good chances, but I think the man of the match for me has to be on Sommer. I mean, the way that the saves that guy made, he made sure that he frustrated Bayern Munich single-handedly. The defense was played their part, but most of the things, most of the time it was Johan Sommer who made amazing saves. He kept putting shots away or whatever. It didn't matter who the other person taking the shot was. Jan Sommer kept pushing them away, and kept the score at 0-0. And the more the game kept on going at 0-0, Inter started to get back to get into the game, and they made Bayern Munich quite frustrating for them. They made the game quite frustrating for Bayern Munich because they were just basically at that moment pulling their hairs out. I think Harry Kane had the best chance in the first half for Bayern Munich when he hit that goal post, but he was not able to score that goal as well. And then lo and behold, things went according to what Inzaghi and Inter would have wanted. They sat back, they absorbed all the pressure, they let Bayern Munich have the chances, and they hoped that the defense and goalkeeper would be up for it, and both the defense and the goalkeeper did their work, and then they get the counter attack. They get a great counter. The ball comes in, Thuram, a little back heel, and then Lautaro Martinez. I mean, of course, it has to be him. I mean, what a goal! Basically a golazo from him outside of his boat. What a goal it was! It becomes 1-0 for Inter Milan. Did they deserve it? That's questionable, but as I say, they came, this was their mindset, they came with that setup, that was their game plan, and it worked out well, perfectly for them. And the thing is, it did not stop after they scored the first goal. It continued the same way. The game really did not change that much. Bayern Munich were the team who had majority of the possession, and yet again they started to create chance after chance. Second half, I think the game slowed down quite a bit, if I'm being very honest with you. In the first 15-20 minutes, the tempo was quite low as compared to the first half, but it started to pick up in after the 65th 70-minute mark. The game started to pick up as Bayern Munich increased, double down their chances of attack, and they wanted to just score the goal, and they wanted to make sure that they don't lose the game, because they were like the better team. As I said, they created so many chances, but it was just not happening for them. And of course, who else but the man himself, the legend, the one who's retiring at the end of the season, who's leaving Bayern Munich, Thomas Muller comes in. The cross comes in, and he's the one at the back post. It tucks it in, it becomes a 1-0. And at that point, with the way that Bayern Munich were playing and the constant attacks of Bayern Munich, you just thought that if there was going to be one team who's going to score the goal, it was going to be Bayern Munich, and the fans were up for it. Everybody, the fans riling Bayern Munich up, but Inter, they sucker punch Bayern Munich for it. See, with that goal, I mean, the finish, the run, again they hit them on the counter attack. I think Inter's counter attack in the Champions League have been really successful against all these big teams. These possession based teams are really struggling against Inter Milan, and I think that could really be a trump card for them, because in the next round, if they win, they are going to play Dortmund and Barcelona, and both of them play like that. So I think Inter are going to look at the ties, and if they get past Bayern, they are taking a 2-1 lead at San Siro, and it is like their home ground, so they have a big chance to qualify for the next round. And they are going to think that they have to play the same way against Dortmund and Barca. So I think that they are going to be very happy, because they are basically playing the same style of football, and they are going to continue playing that. And the fact that Inter are the only team in the competition who have a chance at the treble, I think that is a big thing as well. So it is going to be it was a really good game, and I think the second leg is going to be even more interesting. Bayern Munich, on the other hand, I think they would be really disappointed because they played their hearts out. They were the better team, even though they had so many inches. Their main goalkeeper was not there, so Jamal Musiala was not there. They had other players, Upamecano as well, he was not there. There were other players as well who were not in the squad. Like they had about you can literally say like 6 or 7 first teamers out of the team, and still they produced that performance. They should be they should be really proud of it, but at the same time they are going to be really disappointed that they were just not able to finish the chances of. And I think Harry Kane had one of those games where you don't really you don't really think that Harry Kane can have games like that, because he was always at the right place at the right time, but was just not able to finish them off. I mean, he hit the goal post as well. His header going inches wide. That header 9.5 out of 10 times he's gonna score that header, but he misses that header. Olise came close so many times, but they were just not able to put the ball in the back of the net. Apart from Muller, so yeah, they would be quite disappointed that they did not get the result, but they know that they are going to look at this performance, and the mindset within the team and within the fans is going to be like that this was one of those days, this was a one-off, and the way that we have played, we can go to San Siro and we can get the job done. Inter's luck is not going to be with them always. They are not going to be able to sit back and defend like they were able to do in this game every time, and they are not going to be able to hit us on the counter like they did in this game every time. So it's going to be quite an interesting game. I said in the prediction video as well, I think that this is probably one of the most interesting ties, because going into this game, everybody thought this was like both these teams were in a way at par. So and the game that we saw basically confirmed it, as compared to the other game, like the Real Madrid and Arsenal game completely blew everybody. So nobody thought that was going to happen. The expectations were completely different, but this game certainly lived up to its expectations. You expected Bayern Munich to go out and attack Inter Milan, and you expected Inter Milan to defend. It was basically going to be a cat and mouse game, and Inter succeeded tonight. And I think, and you can question the tactics and whatnot, but I think you have to give credits. You need to give points to Inzaghi and his team, because they know they are playing against a side who in a way have a much better squad, who have much better understanding and have a much better players as compared to his squad. So he needs to play to his strengths, and he did that. Italians, of course, they are known for their defense, so and they lived up to their expectations. And I think it was a really smart performance from Inzaghi. And as I said before, I think he's gonna play like this in the second leg as well. And with Barcelona or Borussia Dortmund coming into play for them, I think he's gonna play like that in the semi-finals as well. And I think this could really work well out for them. So yeah, that's it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Inter's performance, what you guys thought of Bayern's performance, and do you think Inter are gonna be able to hold on in the second leg, or do you think Bayern Munich are gonna find their finishing boots and are gonna finish the game in the second leg? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of this year, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.